What's going on, team? How we doing? Welcome back to Start Swing Trade. Of course, where we talk all about the swing trade action in the day and talk about the rotation. Take a look underneath the hood and see what stocks moved and what was not. All right, well, today is a clear example of what? Full on melt up mode. And did we expect this one? No, I don't think anybody expected this one. If you thought that the market was going to make this move today, please let me know in the chat, because next time you got to give me a call. That was a monster rip today. Let's take a look underneath the hood, see what we're seeing here. Of course, you guys see the SPY ripping up there. We'll take a look here. Let's take a look at the 15-minute. You guys can see how that took off there right out the gates. A move here to 444. Did I expect us to get to 444s before turning around? Hell no. But I can tell you one thing. Man, what a day to take profits early, because if you guys know, I was short Tesla yesterday. This morning came in feeling really great. I took a couple of shorts there. So, of course, I covered there right at the bell. I covered at 247.35, majority of the position. And then I put a stop at 252. I said, if it comes back to 252, I want to get out. So, of course, it was a really nice gain for me. Not going to be mad about that. And sorry about my camera today. It's just losing a little bit of the focus there. But after this really nice move back up in Tesla, I get re-short Tesla at 256.30. And then it gets stopped out at 258.50 on this huge bounce up. Now I'm thinking going shorting Tesla again, but I might be asking for it, guys. What do you guys think? It's crazy to think about it, but man, I don't think I want to get in front of it this time. We took a really nice gain. I did give up about 20% of that gain, and I'm not going to give up more, right? It was a really nice one for me. I could come after it right now towards the close here, and it feels like it's going to drop off. But when you're seeing the Qs do a move like this, is this really when I want to start shorting? No, I mean, I'll just be honest. It was the day to turn around, and the bulls took control and stayed in control all day long, even if there were some bears out there, and I was a part of those little bears. We got crushed today, man, and it was a crazy move. Even XOM, I'm over here like, man, I'm worried about this. I definitely don't want to see this get back to the 108. I'm getting an alert right now. DHR crossing this level here, really starting to show some strength. I've been looking to see if this one was going to start kind of making a push here through the 240s. You can see that nice little hourly candle push up. And I mean, overall, everything in the green today. Technology in the green, financial services in the green, industrials in the green, basic materials, consumer, healthcare, energy, communication, anywhere you wanted, defensives, utilities, real estate, even in the green today, and definitely technology led overall. We can take a look at the leading industries, software infrastructure making a really nice move, Adobe continuing. And of course, what happens tonight? They have earnings. Don't miss Adobe's earnings. Of course, you can keep up with all that right there on Benzinga. Of course, Benzinga Pro will help you out with that. We'll see what happens with Adobe tonight. Can it get to 500, or will it turn around just slightly below? We'll see what else is getting on there. Thought that you said Danaher. No, DHR. Danaher Corp. Yeah, it's Danaher Corp. So it's not too bad. I get what you mean, free information. It's a pretty close related name. All right, let's keep going. We'll take a look at some other areas. Of course, infrastructure and software is where I'm seeing a lot of these names kind of show up today that had a really nice day. We got to keep an eye on it, man. It's been a big push up. Let's go to the leaders, right? The market cap leaders today. Apple making another move higher up there towards 186. Microsoft, big break to the 350. Look like we're wanting that new all-time high. Can we get a new all-time high here in Microsoft? And man, what a move here from April. I mean, it's just been complete AI monster bubble. If you don't think we're in a bubble now, I mean, when are you going to wake up to the sauce, baby? Because the bubble's out there, and it's definitely ripping higher. We'll see what else is going on out there. And I got you, Nicholas. No worries. I'll take a look at my Slack in just a little bit. I might be able to get you to jump on. I got no problem. All right. Looks like you got some news on Goldman Sachs. I got you. I'll send you the invite link, and in a second, you can bring it in here. All right. I'm going to go ahead and throw it up here at the bottom there for you. I'll see you in a little bit, Nick. Let's keep going. Let's go to Amazon as we're going higher here. It doesn't look too bad. This also looks like it wants to continue to the upside. So now we got to get to the point where there's no need to play anything to the downside unless we really start seeing kind of weekly candles break or something happen drastically tomorrow that turns things around. And this has been that type of week where you could see that turnaround. Of course, the quad witch comes tomorrow. We'll see what happens. Tesla, did it just top out here? Who knows? I'll tell you one thing. I don't want to keep fighting Tesla. I have been winning on some shorts, and I don't want to get my shorts ripped off. Let's just be honest. All right, let's keep going. We'll take a look at some other names. I've been going through the SPY, checking out some of the highest gainers on the day, and there's some other ones here. There's some banks starting to make a way here, and you can see KRE making another move up. And for this, I'm going to go ahead and since we're starting to talk about the financials, let's go to Goldman Sachs. Looks like we got some breaking news coming in here from Nick Brown, my man, coming in. What are you seeing, Nick? Go ahead. I'll bring you in right now.
Hey, Mitch. So with the last few minutes, the Wall Street Journal has just dropped an article saying the Fed and the Securities and Exchange Commission are investigating Goldman Sachs' role in buying Silicon Valley's bank securities portfolio while it was working on its doomed capital raise before the bank's failure. Sources are telling the Wall Street Journal. Also, the Justice Department has also subpoenaed Goldman as part of its investigation into SVB, some of the people said. The Journal previously reported that the SEC and Justice Department are investigating the bank's collapse. Goldman inquiries are part of the broader probe into some of the probes banks, some of the people said. So I was digging into the Journal report, and they said the Fed and the SEC are seeking documents related to Goldman's role as both buyer of the securities portfolio and advisor on the capital's raise for SVB. They are looking to see if Goldman's investment banking side and its trading division were improperly communicating about the portfolio sale, some of the people said. Goldman disclosed in his securities filing last month that, quote, various governmental bodies, end quote, were looking into banks' involvement with SVB. Goldman said it is cooperating with and providing information to various governmental bodies in connection with their investigation and inquiries into SVB, including the firm's business with SVB in and or around March 2023. Now, Goldman, that's not the only article in today's report, in today's headlines for news. Goldman's cost-cutting accelerates as lean times persist. That's according to Reuters. Reuters earlier had a report saying that Goldman's managing directors were invited to meetings earlier this month to receive a message, take even more painful steps to cut costs, according to 4 sources telling Reuters. Basically, what that meeting had was Goldman's top executives, another sign that the firm's ongoing push to cut costs, $1 billion in costs is accelerating, and managers target smaller and smaller line items, and more job cuts are ahead, they said. One source said that if revenues don't bounce back alongside the aggressive cost-cutting measures, more employees can expect to be laid off this year.
Love it there, man. And like I said, we're going to continue doing this, guys. So I've already let Nick know he has the door open here. If he sees breaking news during when we're live, of course, it always happens to me because, and I'll tell you what, Nick, you always help me out on this because the truth is, once I go live, it's very hard to just start looking to the right and seeing the news flow going through and then still running the show here. So I appreciate you coming in. I'm looking forward to more breaking news from Benzinga's Nick Brown, and look forward to more of Nick Brown. Of course, he's interning with us for the summer. So give him a shout out and definitely give him a good follow. We'll have you back on, Nick. Appreciate you coming on today.
Thanks, Mitch.
All right, let's continue here. And I do see here that it's just affecting Goldman. I thought that maybe we take a peek at JPM, see Bank of America, Morgan Stanley, a relatable stock. Maybe Morgan starts to fall a little bit here, but definitely some financials still getting a nice little lift today. Let's go and take a look at the financials overall here. This is my sector outlook. I like this because it's equally weighted. And what do we see here? Well, we're actually starting to pivot and kind of create a new support around the resistance that we were at. This is exactly what you want to see when you're looking to get out of in a worry zone, right? This was all the worry zone. Now we're actually starting to base and make a move higher. So we'll see what happens to these names. Can they continue pushing to the upside? We'll see what happens to names like Citi. Can it make a move to 49, right? KRE, can this make a move there right back towards the 45 and start pushing higher? Looks like we're getting some good support around this area, and it doesn't look too bad here, especially if it can hold around the 42, 42.50 area on pullbacks right now. Look good there on the KRE. We'll see what happens there. If it does make a nice little step up, wall kind of hanging in there. PAC W, what's going on with that? Not much there. We'll see if that one can take a move to 9, right? You can see the little bit of some flagging action here. We'll see what happens if this does take the next lift. I haven't taken some bets there in regional banks, but I do see the flag action on the daily. I like how it filled the gap here. Now recovers 801. Will it make a move there to 9? I'm not sure, but I can tell you right now, the setup's there. We'll see what happens. You guys smash the like. Let's keep it going. How we doing out there? MJ. Good trading on Tesla. Yes, yes. I can't be mad about Tesla. You know, that was definitely a really good money moment of the day. We call that the money, baby, and we got to take it and run sometimes. I know Joel was telling me this morning. He was like, hold on. Man, if I would have held on, I would have got stopped out, break even. So that's just how it goes sometimes. And it's nothing against Joel. It was just more along, man, you got to take that money and run in this market, because if not, this is definitely the get to your chopper type of market, because they'll run you over really quickly. All right, let's keep talking about the markets. You guys keep talking about stocks you guys caught today in the chat. We'll get through some other action. Let's take a look. Other action in the markets today. All right, let's go to the Qs. Of course, the Qs ripping even higher, man. What a nice little rip there. That's about a 2% move. And you can see this. This has been a monster move there in the Qs. I've talked about this plenty of times. Let's take a look here at the bigger moves here. Rivian is one that I've been seeing kind of propping up. Now it's really starting to make the move. You can see it here. It just made a move back through the 15. Look at the hourly pullback. We drew this here on the 13th, looking for the little bit of a pullback. It goes right to it, to the key in the morning, lifts off from that 1450 now to 1550. I'll be looking for pullbacks to 15 or maybe 1525. This one doesn't look too bad. I know that, you know, Rivian's not the biggest and most important stock right now, but I'll tell you one thing. This looks like a good head and shoulders to me. And I'm going to keep watching this to see if it can come right back over out through the 16 and start pushing higher. Rivian, nice little move here. All right, you can see PayPal finally got started, and I've been waiting for this one. I played Square for a while. Now Square makes a move right back to the upside here. PayPal making the move. So now I'm going to be looking for PayPal pullbacks. Why not? We played Square for a little while now. I've been looking for some PayPal pullbacks. We'll see if we get a pullback back below 65. Right now, making a good move to 66. PayPal going back to 70s. We'll see. I mean, at least for right now, what I'd like to see is a little bit of some pullback, catch that, you know, like 65 area, and then really kind of take off to the day 2 move. So a little pullback into yesterday's action. Well, it will be today's, and then taking off to the next level higher. What's the next level higher? Let's see if we can get back up there towards like kind of 66, 56, somewhere in that area. Won't be looking too bad. From there, we can go towards the 69, 68s, and then we can see if we could get to 70s. If I got it there towards 69, 68s, I'd probably take the money before 70, but I can see where you're seeing that gap. And if we ever go back there, it'd be interesting there on PayPal. We'll see what happens. Nice little support underneath it. I'd say around 63s that it seems to hold. And any pullback towards kind of like 64 areas. For real, if this one can just hold 65, 23s, I'll be looking at this one even tomorrow. It seems like we don't want to stop, guys. We want to continue breaking out. And as long as that's going to happen, why play to the downside? I played to the downside enough already. And I can tell you right now, they've exhausted me as playing to the downside. We'll keep taking a look there. Solar getting a little bit of a lift. We'll see if that can continue pushing. Software application names, definitely keep your eyes on that. Look at SoundHound AI starting to make a move here towards 338. And I'll tell you what, This is actually one that my friend actually talked to me about, and he was actually telling me, he was like, "Do you know about SoundHound AI? That one?" And I was like, "Yeah, I know a couple of these AI names." I was like, "That one hasn't seemed to really go, but it's also hanging in there." Now this move through 3 seems a little interesting there on SUN. As this starts going higher, I'm also looking at CXAI. That was the one that I told him that I liked. I was like, man, if this one could get going, oh, I think this one could put a big move in. And look how this is going sideways here, team. I kind of really like this name. I've played it before. I've even played it in the small account challenge. But I can tell you right now, this is definitely going to be on my radar for tomorrow. If it can push through 12, maybe this can get right back up there to 14, 16. We'll see what happens. Doesn't look too bad at all here on CXAI. And it's had multiple runs here. Let's see if it can make a move like AI today. And man, that was a big break to the upside today for some of these AI stocks. All right. How did the IWM do today? Continuing that strong rip since that 180s. And man, I should have just kept on that position because I could have been riding this IWM wave the whole time. All right, let's see what else is going on. Chip, Mitch, be sure to monitor yourself for FOMO. They always tell that's always a tell to sell. I understand that. And to tell you the truth, I don't really have fear of missing out here because I sold a lot of the kind of the move up, right? And that's okay. We're never going to get the full chunk of the move. The only thing, though, today, it seemed like it was one of those days where, yeah, we could have got that turn. We did get the turn in the pre-market. It could have been very easy for the bulls to let go, but it just seems like this market wants to continue driving higher. What's going to turn it around? That's the question. It doesn't necessarily seem like we have something that can really kind of break it. Maybe tomorrow with the quad witch, but I can tell you right now, it doesn't seem like it wants to break. All right, let's keep going. We'll see what happens. FOMO could be epic. I mean, it's FOMO out there for sure. Mitch, I feel like TD Ameritrade tracks my trades, manipulating their bid and ask. Do you have algos monitoring the trades? MJ, what you're probably feeling like is something that a lot of people go through. It does not necessarily mean that TD's doing it. It's the way that it's set up, right? It could be that it's, TD, necessarily kind of getting these orders filled. But remember that a lot of times what I would look into is understanding here, MJ, what direct routing and using algorithmic smart routing is. I think in your TD account, and I don't know this 100%, you're probably using a smart routing. And a lot of times when smart routing, we always get screwed. Who makes the money there? That's Citadel, man. That's what makes the money there. But the truth is if you could actually do direct routing, you could get away from that. And then maybe you're not getting so hunted or feeling like you're getting hunted. Well, I'll tell you one thing. Just learn a little bit more about that. Look into that. Maybe you get a little better understanding there, MJ, especially about order routing and how that could play a factor and how the market makers also see your orders out there and understanding things like stop and leaving them out there and how this could be attacked. All right, let's keep going. We'll see what else is going out there. Consumer sentiment tomorrow. I don't think that's going to change too much. I mean, I don't think it'll change the market too much, but hey, we'll see what happens there. Pan W is hot. Pan W is trying to get that continued breakout. You guys remember we were looking at this one in May 24th here for the break of 200. What a move that would have been, man. I didn't grab that Pan W, but man, I was definitely looking at it here. Just missed the 200. It never even came back. Just complete breakout. CrowdStrike. I think this one continues to follow. We talked about this one yesterday. It was back there by the 9 EMA. Would it make the move higher? Made the move higher for sure. ZS, another one that I'm looking to stay strong. Once these kind of break, yeah, we could look for maybe a little bit of a pullback. But for right now, these still look very strong. Even Sentinel-1 kind of continuing up there to 1663. We'll see if it can fill the gap. All right, let's keep going. We'll take a look at some other stocks. I've talked about some financial services. Let's get to the industrials because I feel like this is a move that everyone's kind of not talking about, but is very, very strong. Look how Deere has just completely reversed from that bottoming action and really started to push. The cat's out the hat. We've talked about cat. and how that's really been strong lately. So don't miss that one. That one really looks strong right now. And one that I don't have right now that I'm going to kick myself. I have a feeling when I look at this chart, I'm going to kick myself. And there she goes. The Honeywell. Oh, man. I wanted this at 200. I had this at 200. Sold it yesterday for like the tiniest tiny loss. Was looking at it to get in today. I just kind of just stopped watching it. And there she goes. It'll probably be a good miss for me. We'll have to wait and find out. But Honeywell, nice little push there higher. I did take a new trade today, but I don't think this one's going to work out the most. I'm taking gold, AU. I'm taking this off of this kind of just daily outlook to see if we can go back to 25. Got this at 24.49, but man, I got to say that Honeywell, I might be kicking myself for a little while off of this one. Why? Because I'm looking at more the monthly move, and I can see this one going right back towards 220 and maybe even 235 and 240. If I miss a move to 240, I mean, that's a really nice move. That's like a 16, 15% move higher. We'll see what happens on that one. I also like ITW. Look how this one has been really working back here. And another day in the green and pushing strong. There's a lot of names here. And they're in diversified industrials, farm and heavy construction. I definitely like those names. So keep your eyes on that. You got Pakar. You got AGCO playing a little bit of catch up. Even Oshkosh. You can see Oshkosh trying to get back above the 85 here. I'm going to actually keep an eye on that because if they can go higher through that, hey, I don't play this one often, but I don't mind playing it. Texas Instrument here. Oh, no, this is Tex Rec Corp. This looks interesting. Really starting to push strong. You can see all these heavy farming constructions have really started to take off, and we can see that they can keep pushing. All right, rental leasing really starting to push now. This is one where we could put out an alert for car. Look at Avis Budget really starting to kind of prop up here on the weekly and even more on the monthly. Is this going to make a big run? I have no idea, but I can tell you one thing. I'm sure you guys remember when this stock just squeezed like hell and made a big breakout. We'll look to see if it can make another one. I'll set that alert. I got no problem with it. What's up with HTZ? Is Hertz going to make a move for us? Who knows, man? In this market, the way the environment's working, a lot of things could squeeze, right? I'll keep an eye on it to see if it makes a move through the 1825s. All right, there's some other action there. Railroads did well there. Integrated shipping stocks like FedEx and UPS. When FedEx is doing well, I don't think we're going to be doing bad. This could have easily rolled over. You guys can see this line here. I'm going to make it a little bit thicker. I know we drew this line early. I just updated it, but we created this one on May 12th. And look how this one came back to that line right through here. And this was May 12th when we were looking at it. We were wondering, would it come back to that trend line? It went to that trend line, caught it multiple times, now taking off higher than that high. And that just shows me it wants to keep pushing. FedEx. Man, I remember when I played, I was looking for this gap fill to 200. There's so many stocks that just look amazing now. And why? Because they've really just taken off and haven't looked back. All right, let's keep going. We'll see what else are you guys talking about in the chat. What are you guys taking a look at? Path? Ooh, you guys going to Kathy names? Let's go to Kathy. This has pulled back there and now starting to make a move to 1880. Let's go to ARKK and see what we see moving up in the ARKK. The growth names, you see Veru Therapeutics. Nice move to 20. Keep your eyes on this one. I feel like this one might have just gotten started. This one has room to run, has made a big move before, and now just put in a nice little candle out of that consolidation. Look for the pullbacks towards like 1870s, 19s. Look good on that. Palantir holding the pullback and continuing higher. Look at that. Little pullback, 9 EMA holds, and right back towards 1659. Path, Square, we've talked about that. Meta can't stop, right back towards the upside. Will it fill the gap there towards kind of like the 290 area? We're almost there. So maybe this turns around eventually, but Meta can't be stopped. Look, I put that line thinking that there could be resistance. No, it's not resistance, guys. It can't hold. We'll see if it gets up there towards that gap. We've drawn this gap for a while, seeing if it was going to fill that. I mean, when did we create that? We created it on March 16th of 23. And now it's up there to 283. That was back here when the stock was at 180. Now you're at 280s and continuing. Tiny Pie said, man, I said it yesterday. We ain't never going down. It seems like it. Seems like it. All right, you guys smash the like out there. Definitely, it's one of those days where the market is just freaking singing out there because it is definitely like just the market today was like John Cena on a good day, man. Coming in here like, come up in here. I'm ready to knock you out, man. This market knocked out a lot of people today. I can tell you that much. 443s now. We'll see if we actually retrace to the kind of the bell here. It's about 328. What do you guys got out there? What are you guys taking a look at? Let's keep this going. All right. Is anyone playing Adobe earnings, says Kyle James? I'll tell you one thing. I won't be playing that earnings. That just seems a little bit risky to me. But I could see 500 getting in the reach if it does have a good report. The only question is, does a good report even keep lifting it higher? It's made a monster move. Still remember we were talking about this one in 380s. Now we're there towards 500. What a rip. All right, let's keep going. Wally wants to take a look at Starbucks. Did that finally get moving? I remember we were looking at this bottoming action move through the 100. It was a good one, Wally. You were talking about that one even in live trading. So that was that move right here. And you could see repeated patterns. Love stocks that do repeated patterns. So I don't trade Starbucks well, and that might be because I have a little bit of a bias to the short side. But take a look at this pattern here, team, and tell me this does not repeat. So you can see here kind of that nice little just kind of a pennant here. And I'm going to draw it here so you can see kind of like flags and pennants that are just on Starbucks. This was on the 13th. So we're talking what? 2 days ago, right? Then the next day, what do we get here? Well, we get another little flagging pattern and then a recovery. Flag, recovery, right? Right back towards the upside. Well, what do you get here on the 15th? Well, you can even see it here towards the end of the day. You did another kind of symmetrical triangle here and then continued higher. But look at today. Nice little action here. Pull back. Nice support underneath. And then just catches that nice little uplift. You're seeing repeated bullish patterns on Starbucks there, continuing higher and pretty measurable. Not a bad move there on Starbucks. All right, Kathy's doing pretty well. We'll see what happens there, Quantum. All right, we'll take a look there. Oracle close to all-time highs. Man, what a rip. And what a pullback and then a rip. Up there towards 126, continuing higher. Can you believe some of these tech stocks that we're having? With that one being mentioned, I got to keep an eye on Salesforce. If Oracle is going to make a move like that, why not on Salesforce? It's pulled back multiple times here. Now we just need to see if it can get through kind of this 214 level and make a move to 220. I got to put this one on my radar. Got to put an alert. We'll see what happens there in CRM. All right, let's keep going. We'll see what else is going on. I risked 5K on Adobe options calls today. Nervous? Well, Kyle, you're a brave soul, my friend, and I wish you the best. That's all I can say. I wish you the best, man. All right, let's see what happens out there. Let's keep pushing. It's good to see you and appreciate the love, MJ. Smash the like if you guys are enjoying this out there. Over 150 of you guys. Zach wants to take a look at Uber, and if you have a stock and you haven't put it up, what are you waiting for? Let's go. All right, let's get it going here. Let's go to Uber. Let's get to the action there. Uber taking the lift. You get what I got there. Definitely Lyft is not the one you want. I'll tell you that. I'll leave that thing alone there, even though it could squeeze. But I'll keep watching Uber. Let's get back to Uber. Up there towards 43.59 and really starting to drive and continuing the drive. So this one just looks like it's just can't stop right now in that mode. Where are the next kind of weekly highs where we can find some resistance? I'd see around like 46. 46 seems like it's a little bit pesky. So right now, maybe a move there towards like 45, 46 seems to be kind of the next levels to watch for me there. We'll see if that can keep going. But Uber, not a bad move there. Even Snap having a good day today. Look at this, trying to get back there, 1061. Is Snap an AI play? I don't consider it, but it is trying to come back here. All right, we'll keep going. Intel, I've already talked about that one. I still have a position there in Intel, so I'm keeping with it right now. I've been in this one since 30.93, up about 16.15%, and looking to keep riding this higher. I'm really looking towards kind of the next resistance. If I can look here and I just draw it right off that kind of the channel, we're holding and basing around this 35, which is a good level to look for pullbacks to kind of break. And I'm looking for this next move towards this kind of support and also resistance here towards the left. That's around the 36.67 area. So through the kind of the 36, somewhere in there, I might take some another profit take and just try to ride this higher towards 40. But I mean, like it's been a monster win there in Intel. Can't be mad about it at all. I actually loaded up a little bit bigger than I normally do in Intel, and that's why I've been able to sell piece by piece on the way up. Bull market confirmed. I mean, apple pie. I mean, you can't say that we can't say that we're in a bear market anymore. That's for sure. So if you wanted a bull market confirmation, I mean, this is pretty much as good as it gets, man. That is a big break to the upside. I mean, you're going to have people soon calling all-time highs for the end of the year. Can you believe that? All-time high? No one was saying that in January. And if you were, I'm sure they were saying, what are you smoking, man? You better pass that. All right, we'll see what else is going on out there, team. Crazy move in the S&P 500. We'll see. So much for that topping action indeed, apple pie. All right, Tesla to 300. I mean, I'll tell you one thing. There's a reason why I don't want to get in front of it. Because it could rip up at any moment. It could break down there today too. But I'll tell you one thing, I'm not shorting it again. I had my fun. I played. And now it's time to like, if I keep playing this, I mean, I am getting like what we call a negative divergence where the RSI is starting to come down and the price action's going up. But that's nothing that I want to fight about in the dragon that could be Tesla. Just look at NVIDIA. Do you think you want to fight that? You know how many people were trying to get short NVIDIA today? And it was looking good. Today, it was looking good. Early on, it was weak. And then it came down here towards like 421. And I was like, oh man, this thing's about to flush. And if NVIDIA goes, so will the others. And then look at this. Boom, boom, boom. Right back up there to 429. Shaking all that worry. Holding above VWAP, not even coming back to VWAP. Has it gone since that level? That just shows me it wants to be strong. Why get in front of this? You're getting in front of a train. I'll tell you one thing. I try not to do that too often. Just stand in front of trains, right? Doesn't seem too wise. All right, we'll see what else is going on out there. You guys make your own investment decisions, but I'm not standing in front of there by no means there. Rivian still looks good. Stay focused. I already covered it. If you rewind, you'll be able to catch it, but just wanted to make sure you caught that. All right, let's keep going. Let's get into basic materials. Let's see what happened there. I saw coal get a lift today. I saw like BTU get a nice little push up. AMR is really the best one, a breed there in coal. We'll look to see if this can continue. The monthlies don't look too bad. Monthlies pull back, a nice little recovery here on AMR. Now can it come up there towards 171 and go to 200? We'll have to wait and find out. How's my X doing over here? Is X trying to give it to me? We've been talking about to see if steel could really get going. I'd look at more like Nucor, but we'll see what happens here. Nucor pulling back a little bit. Not really getting started today. I've been keeping my eye on gold. You guys know I took a trade there on AU, but I don't know if this is really going to get going. It had a nice little opening candle action. I caught it on that nice little pullback off the VWAP. I just want to see if this one could get a move to 25 and actually start moving. LAC, like chemicals, that's one thing that I'm keeping in mind. I do want to catch these moves, but they're not really getting the lift off that I expected. PLL, though, hanging in here and could really kind of make a move at any moment. So I want to call in and draw kind of alerts and catch a move above 65 there for PLL. ALB, you guys can take a look at that. That's starting to push there. That looks actually pretty strong if it can get going here. And of course, this stock was up there towards 300. This is actually a stock that I'd keep on my radar. It's one of the best of breeds and could start holding around like kind of the 228s and really starting to step up towards the next level. One level that I'd be looking at for the next stop around 241, 260s. Are we going to start making a move there? Doesn't look too bad, especially if we can get through the prior high on Wednesday. 233.74s is going to be looking pretty good. Setting an alert there on ALB. AMD is one that is slightly red today. Is this a buy the dip opportunity? Still having an opportunity to get in there if you think that AMD is just going to catch that 9 EMA and push to the next level. It doesn't look too bad to take a shot there. The thing is, you just got to know you're out, right? That's the important thing. Like always, we'll see if AMD can hold and make a move to 130. Interesting to see it down and NVIDIA being so strong and the market being so strong. GSIT, I got you, Jay. I know that you've been calling it multiple times. I got no problem. I can take a look at this. This cheaper semiconductor name, but you said it's better. I got no problem with it. It is making a nice little lift here through this kind of pennant and holding the pullbacks towards the 9 EMA on the daily. So that looks good. I'd look for pullbacks to kind of hold now towards 829, 830s. It's up there to 930, 943. And we'll look to see if it keeps going. Did that new IPO open up? What was it supposed to trade on there? I think it was supposed to trade on the Kava. Anyone got that ticker? I don't think I even got it up here. I don't even think I got it to trade, at least like on this platform. But I'll look around and see if I can find it. All right, let's keep going. We'll see what else is going on out there. Stay focused, Mitch. Let's go. Let's get to the other action. Let's keep going through the sectors. Consumer cyclical continuing to run. And man, I'm glad we started drawing this outlook because now it really looks strong. Names like auto manufacturers, apparel stores, changing things around, auto parts, changing things around. Keep your eyes on names like that. Auto truck dealerships, specialty realty, leisure names making a little bit of a move as of late. We've talked about the cruise lines. Will they just keep going? I mean, look at this move here in Carnival. Did I just sell way too early in Norwegian? Probably. I mean, look at that run there now towards 1952. And the airlines. Oh, the airlines. Lovey, lovey, love. I took cash today, and man, I took it way too early, team. I took it at 33.73. Not too bad. I mean, it got up there to 34, but really where I wanted to be was American Airlines, UAL. Those types of names. I sold UAL and DAL way too early. We'll look for some pullback in that action. But man, look at that takeoff in Delta. You're clear for takeoff, Delta. Clear for takeoff. Man, it's been a big rip. All right, we'll see what else is going on out there. Hope the Bulls get wrecked on this one. I mean, dude, it's how it is, man. We'll see what else is going on. All right, let's see what else is making a move. Man, these airlines making a move. Of course, airlines are kind of more not in the cyclicals name. They're in the industrials, but let's keep going. Let's take a look at what else can make a move. Footwear and accessories. Nike was one that we saw really strong the other day. That was just yesterday. Pulling back today. I like this pullback, actually. We're going to continue stronger. This doesn't look bad at all. Nike looks like it wants to continue pushing back towards the upside. Crocs was one that I was on my radar yesterday. And look, nice little recovery through this kind of hourly pattern. Are we going to start to see a nice little up move coming back here in Crocs here? You can see it also on the daily. Ooh, the daily actually looks even prettier. Let's see if it can hold 115 on pullbacks. Start making a move to 120. All right, NVIDIA dropping. We'll see what happens on that one. It is starting to make a little bit of a turn there. We'll see if maybe we just get an ugly sell-off here towards the end here. The Qs really strong there, man. 371. That doesn't even look weak by any means. We'll see if the SPY can pull back here towards the close. All right, AU just slightly in the green on this one. Not seeing it go anywhere. XOM just slightly put a down candle. We'll look to see if this really starts to get hit. Energy is really the area that I think could really kind of let go and really come back down and really kind of crack here. XLE is another one that I'm kind of keeping an eye on it. I do want to kind of take a day trade when it comes cracking through 80s again. This morning we were at 79.85 on the low end. I'll look to see if it cracks 80 tomorrow. All right, let's keep going. We'll see what else is going on out there. Tossing in the stink bids. Kava, there you go. I tried to look for it. I can't find it on this platform. I didn't take a look at it earlier today. I don't know if you guys traded it. Let's go to MRO, Marathon Oil. How's this doing? Definitely starting to come down here. MPC, this is starting to make a way back, but it could just come right back down. Chevron, the second some oil names. They're hanging in there for right now. Not doing much. Let's go to healthcare names and see how those are doing right now. Of course, healthcare plans, we've talked about those, diagnostics and research. We've started to mention some of those, and they're definitely starting to make a little bit more of a strength move. I'd keep my eye on names like DXCM, Dexcom. I've traded this in the past, and now this is really starting to get a little bit stronger here, back through 125. And I've seen the commercials for this multiple times. Of course, kind of diabetes stock that kind of measures insulin and stuff like that. I think this could go higher, man. This one actually doesn't look bad. Really starting to push. I'd look for a little bit of pullbacks towards kind of like 125. It's already in the 130s, so I'm not going to extend myself, but a pretty good push there in DXCM, Dexcom. All right, now let's go to the major drug manufacturers as Lilly takes another step towards 455. Johnson & Johnson recovers really quickly. Will Merck recover really quickly? That's one that I can see some bottoming action, especially if we're going to start seeing healthcare stay strong. I could see Merck reversing. AZN kind of pushing to the upside. Pfizer finally starting to turn back towards the upside. That's not one that I like at all. I tried to play Pfizer multiple times. Can't read the bottom. All right, we'll see what else is going on. Dexcom has been pushing for a while. Yeah, it's not a bad one to take a look at. UNH, we talked a little bit about these healthcare names. They definitely did bounce back. I wonder if they're able to actually hold on to the recent move. I talked about a sleepy name that most won't be looking at is like THC. Of course, this was why the reason it got a lift was because of the UNH news. But I think this one gets really close. It's trying to fill this gap and now could take another step up. I'll definitely keep this one on my radar. We'll see what happens if it does make a move back here towards like 78, 83s. All right, let's keep going, guys. You guys smash the like out there. I got about 160 of you guys. I'm going to keep going. It's 9:45. We still got about 15 minutes left. I'm going to play a quick little trailer here for Benzinga Pro, and we'll be right back, team. Don't go anywhere.
Introducing Portfolio Synchronization with your brokerage. Now you can securely connect your brokerage account to Benzinga Pro, opening a world of personalization. Screen lightning fast news just for the stocks you own. Set alerts for news catalysts that affect only the companies you care about. It's all possible with a simple click and a secure protected connection. Overcome uncertainty and connect your portfolio to Benzinga Pro today.
All right, team, and boom, shakalaka, just like that. We're back, team. Let's get to some more action here. Let's take a look at some other stocks that are moving in the market. Let's go take a peek into the SPY here, see if we actually are leaking back down. And you can see how this 5-minute comes back down, and you can see why I was feeling a little bit of bullishness there, because this just looks like it wants to hold, right? And I mean, it comes back down, but doesn't look like it really wants to break. We'll see if it makes a move to 442 and to this 50 moving average. But man, what a day for stocks, and what a big breakout on the upside for a lot of these stocks here. We'll keep an eye out for. The biggest stocks made a bigger move, like Tesla. Those actually bounced back pretty significant, about 3%. Microsoft 3% higher. We'll see what happens to these names. There was names that I was looking to see if they were going to get hit, like Visa and AXP. They actually came back. They had like negative news given by Citi. I thought that they were going to get, just an easy kind of attack kind of stock, even like this MasterCard. And look how it comes right back to the upside. Just goes to show you, even when you think you got something good, high conviction, things can always turn around. And that's why we always got to be nimble and quick to what? Preserve that capital. All right, we'll see what else is going on out there. Don't vape, dude. No, that's not that isn't a vape break. That is a body armor break, guys. I should be sponsored by these guys, man. I drink so many of these body armors, baby. Got to get that raspberry. Nah, I just gotta to tell you the truth, man. When I talk this much, I even get my voice a little dry. So a little refresh, I'm ready back at it. All right, let's get back to the markets. Let's take a look at what stocks I'll be looking at for tomorrow to see what happens here. So I'm going to look for this to kind of really fall off the tape here. And you can see it already. XOM starting to fall there. I could take some more shorts in some different stocks here like Chevron. I have no problem taking this off kind of like the 160 area. I'd have to risk about $1.50 here, but I'm going to go ahead and try to take this shot here. So I'm going to take a little bit of short Chevron, just got a little bit there at 57s. I'm going to take a swing short there on Chevron tomorrow. We'll see what happens. Don't want to get back through this kind of high here, 159.78. We can risk off of pretty much the 160. It won't be too bad here. We'll see what happens there. Starter on there. I can add about, probably about half more if I want to tomorrow, but I'm going to leave there the starter to try to start making it work. All right, we'll see what else makes a little bit of a move here. Let's go to the growth names like Carvana, definitely making a step back up towards the upside. Affirm had just really recently pulled back. If we continue to see these stocks rocket off like Carvana, well, we can maybe watch to see if Affirm has a move tomorrow through kind of this 750. It won't be looking too bad to make that move. I'll keep that one alert and set that up. Of course, you guys hear me talk about alerts all the time. I mention all of these on live trading. So if you're not watching live trading, you're definitely missing out. All right, let's keep going. Hammer says, I drink coconut water. These have like 10% coconut water. I don't know if that really counts, but let's keep it going. Huffing that Axe body spray. Hot Dog Jones, baby. You don't hold it back. Write them an email, says Free Information. I know, man. I should. To send them that little clip. Body Armor, baby. No, I definitely do like them more than Gatorades. I still drink Gatorades, but I get tired of Gatorades. I like the flavors of Body Armors more. They're more like juice. All right, let's keep going. Gabe talking about if the market is going up and why risk shorting? Surely the easier course is to take the path of least resistance. 100%. Now, there's a little bit of a difference, though. And I'm shorting kind of oil that's coming down a little bit here. And I've already been playing that. Now, I do have Intel long, and I did play some shorts today because I look for turns, market turns, right? I think that this is an important aspect, Gabe. And I think that for a lot of traders, especially beginner traders, they shouldn't really try to go against the herd, go against the market, right? I do sometimes go against the market, but I always try to keep my risk in mind, right? Like Tesla, I already knew what I'd get out in the morning. It already had given me that nice little gain. I didn't fight it. I took the gains. And if I stayed in it, I would have got stopped out a little bit later. I understand that you feel right now the easier course is to the upside, and it's not a bad way to think about it. I mean, think about it with Apple. If you're buying pullbacks on Apple right now, are you upset? No, you keep grinding higher. And I think that it's okay to think that way, Gabe. There's nothing wrong with that. And you're always going to have traders that are on both sides of that coin. But I would say stick to what works for you. And if trend trading works for you, following that trend, then keep riding that trend. Another good example is if the market's down, then maybe you can go shorting. But if you see here, like let's say like the Qs today, the Qs just didn't want to break today. At no point did they come back to VWAP. And so today was clearly one of those days where I was even talking about it here around 11. I was like, man, today is not one of those days that you really want to go shorting, because the truth is the stocks aren't getting weak. They didn't even come back to VWAP all session long. That doesn't happen very often. That just shows you what? Really strong market, even for someone that was short today. All right, let's keep going. We'll see what else is going on out there, team. Time to smash it up. Someone's always upset. That's how it is, Crow. Don't worry, man. Some down moves were already made prior to the rally, playing both ends. Yeah, got to play both ends. Risk to reward is always the number one thing. I use the return to mean when things get too exhausted. I like those outlooks too. Returns to means could be easily looking for moves right back towards kind of the easier move. Appreciate the bonus there, Gabe. Don't worry. I'll make sure I get myself some good coffee a little bit later. And Gabe, that's what it's all about, man. You know, one thing that I would say is, especially for newer traders, shorting is a high risk, highly more experienced trade. I don't think that's the first thing you do when you start trading, right? When you first start trading, you want to make things simple for yourself. Is the market up? Is the SPY up? Let me trade up. Rules like this will help you. I got no problem with rules like that, Gabe. So try to find what's working for you and continue using that to go ahead and build up your skills. Now, as you get further along, you might want to be able to play both ends and so be able to short and go long. But I agree with you that if the markets are going up, a lot of the times, majority stocks are highly correlated to the market. Another thing that you can be looking at is how highly correlated are my stocks to the market. And that's why I'm trading them to the upside, because if the market's ripping, well, then they'll just keep following. Like Apple's a clear example. If the market's continuing up, there's no reason to short Apple. If the market's continuing up, is there reasons to short Microsoft right now? No, there's no reason at all. All right, we'll see what else is going on out there, team. Let's keep it going. We'll see what else is going on. All right, do you trade Forex? I bet not. No, I don't trade Forex. The truth is it's not that I can't trade Forex. Is that if I traded Forex, I'd never stop trading, dude. I'll just be honest. I keep that to Joel Elconin on PreMarket Prep. He talks about the futures all the time, and I take a look at them. I got no problem in looking at it, and I think I could even trade them. But to tell you the truth, then I'd be here all day long. I would never stop. All right, let's keep going. We'll see what else is going on there. Stock, some very nice moves in the EU, the AU, great structure. Yeah, we'll see what else is going on out there. All right, let's keep going. And you know how it is, stocks, Forex trading. I mean, that's the truth. I would just be here trading all day long and just continuing trying to make, calls like that. And I got to get to sleep sometime. So I try to play just intraday markets and not even after hours. There's a lot of people that play after hours. That's not for me. All right, let's go to Boeing. Boeing is one of these stocks that I've talked about that I'm going to continue watching for a nice little break to the upside. It's been holding really well. It's in industrial space, and we've talked about how the industrials seem to hold. This one pulled back to the 9 EMA today. Looks like it wants to just keep going, keep grinding higher. This is one I'm not getting in front of, and I think could keep pushing more. I haven't played this one. So we'll see what happens. Let me go ahead and put it full screen here for you so you could see it. And you can see this resistance here. It just seems like it wants to hold there. And as long as that resistance holds right there, I think that you can at least keep playing that towards the upside. Next move I'd look for is a nice little move back through kind of this 221 high, and then really starting to push there back towards these highs here, 223 and 223.12s. We'll see if it starts to push there. 9 EMA holding well on Boeing. All right, we'll see what else is going on. Bitcoin forming a bullish pennant, says Chip Green. We'll see. If Bitcoin could finally start making a move with the NASDAQ, the way that the NASDAQ has been moving, well, then keep your eyes on a stock like Mara. It's been just kind of stair-stepping sideways. Eventually, this either comes down through 8 drastically or is up through 12. So it's kind of very binary right now, but just keep watch. Some of these are going to get a move eventually. We'll just have to keep an eye out for it. All right, let's keep going. And you're looking at some Shibas and some other ones. Oh, talking crypto. Oh, man. You know, when we start trading crypto, then definitely I will never sleep. I remember there would be times I would be up like 2 a.m. getting home from work and trading Bitcoin. No, team. I don't do that no more. That was when I was in college and I could do that kind of stuff. I drink a beer and trade some Bitcoin. No, I can't do that no more, team. All right, let's keep going. It's about 4 minutes left. I hope that you guys enjoyed today's action in the show. Let's review the action today, of course. I'm going to continue trying to ride Intel higher, break out to the upside, full melt up to the upside. And it wasn't in only technology. I've talked about this. Financial services starting to get going to the upside. Industrials already looking like they're breaking out. Basic materials really starting to look like they're getting stronger here. I think this is something that we got to keep an eye out for. It's really starting to kind of push higher. Now, can this really kind of continue towards the next level? Coal, building materials, aluminum, stuff like that is really starting to hold their kind of reversal to the upside. Of course, I'm not the biggest proponent of basic materials, but the truth is that you got to be careful because I'm not shorting basic materials, but I also see that this is kind of setting up here now for another move to the upside. You can go towards the weekly and kind of catch that a little bit cleaner here towards like over here. And then we can kind of push it towards this level. Can this really kind of push to the next level? Coal names will be interesting. Industrials ripping, financials starting to get going, technology already ripped, consumer cyclical really getting going, healthcare now made a little bit of a pullback, right back to the strength. Energy is propping here, and I got to continue to watch it because, energy can always run, but I think that oil can still keep coming down. Communication services, that doesn't look the best there. Defensives holding in here. Utilities starting to climb a little bit. I don't like to play the utilities that much, but you can see XLU even starting to prop around 65. It seems like it always bounces about 65, has been playing between a range between 70 and 72 for the upside action if you want to play that. All right, we'll see what else is going on in the markets. I will keep battling, team. I did take a short there on Chevron today. I'm already up a decent amount on that one, so we'll see how that one goes. Look at her go, baby. Look at her go here towards the end. Got in that one at 158.57, already down there to 158.10s. Looking good for the swing action there. We'll find out. Can I nail the Chevron short? Find out tomorrow morning on pre-market prep. Who knows? Might already cover in the morning, but I can tell you one thing. Going after these oil names and ExxonMobil, Chevron. I didn't pick on Oxy this time, and maybe I should have just for the hell of it. Go against Warren Buffett? Nah, I won't do it this time. But it looks like it's finally going to get right back through that level. The only question is, can Warren save it this time? I mean, look at this pattern. This looks like it really wants to break 58 and go lower, but I'm not going to fight it this time. I'll stick to the other ones. All right, guys, I'll see you guys in the morning on pre-market prep. That's where we cover all the headlines and, of course, talk about the markets before the market action and that bell rings. I'll see you bright and early. Hit the like. Tell me what you guys like about Start Swing Trade, what you don't like. I'll definitely bring more of it. I'll see you guys bright and early right there. Benzinga, of course. Hit the subscribe. If you're not subscribed, what are you waiting for?